Welcome back. Another brand new edition of Local Focus. The football season's off to a great start as we anticipated. Be sure to log on to provinetworks.com for our schedule. One of the big games on that schedule is a Week 5 matchup that will be the My 50 game of the week between the Cleveland Storm and the La Cueva Bears. John and I will have that game for you. And I would imagine a heavy favorite going into that game, the Cleveland Storm, largely due in part to, well, not only just all their weapons, but then they had just one more added, and he just happens to be one of the best running backs in the state of New Mexico, D'Angelo Mitchell. D'Lo, man, good to have you.
Yes, sir. Good for you to have me.
Wow, that was kind of like, it's funny, if you remember before the season started, like everyone in the newspapers talking about all these Sandia transfers, right?
Yeah.
But like to me, when I read about you, and then when I read about the defensive transfer, right, from Rio Rancho,
Yeah.
like that, those were the two to me. I was like, okay, these are the most impactful transfers heading into this season.
Yes, sir.
So I guess we have to start there, right? Tell us a little bit about that decision to. I mean, obviously it's got to be a pretty easy decision. I mean, like if you're a football player, why wouldn't you want to be there, right? But
yes, sir.
From your perspective, in your words, tell me about it.
The decision was mostly based, like me and my dad talked about it. I mean, it wasn't like I said it was his decision, but it was really mostly my decision and his decision. Like we talked about it, better opportunities. I mean, the coaches have really good connections with college coaches, so they could take me to the next level. And the way they coach and the way their program is ran, it's genuinely just like mind-blowing. Like I thought I knew about football. I didn't know nothing about football until I got there. And they're still teaching me about all the details and everything. And my coaches are just amazing. My teammates are amazing. And man, I can't even fathom how fast and quick and strong Jakari is, man. He's a good defensive end. So
yeah, I mean, and it's funny because heading into the season, that was maybe, if you want to say there was one question mark, was Cleveland was going to be really young at that position, right? A lot of starters, and then you plug in arguably the best at his position from the crosstown rivalry.
Yes,
like,
sir.
you know, that one had to sting a little bit, right?
It definitely did.
But I mean, but back to what you were saying, right? Like, when a team like Cleveland establishes itself, right? Establish itself at sending guys to the next level. What Coach Ridenauer did, what Coach Garza's doing now, right? And it's, you know, if you play at Cleveland, you do the work at Cleveland, you're gonna play at the next level. Whether it's a D1 offer, or whether it's any of the other, RMAC schools, whatever, you know, there's a good chance you're going to be playing at the next level, right? Which is no slight against your former team. They've sent some guys to the next level as well, right?
Yes, sir.
But Cleveland is kind of like, yeah, all right, they have set themselves apart, right?
Yes,
so that's the destination.
That's the standard over there.
Right?
The standard is to win, and the standard is to go to the next level, and we just want to protect that tradition and keep winning state and keep stacking the state titles, and I'm just there to help them get another state title.
And it is like they've reached that realm of like where that's the expectation. Any season that doesn't end that way is officially a disappointment, right?
No, not really. I mean,
come on.
I mean, like you gotta take. I mean, our coaches talk about like losses and how it's a learning progress. You know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna take the losses on the chin, but we do want to win state. That is our goal. That is our main goal, and we're looking to go to state and win state once again. So, yeah, I mean, the coaches over there are amazing. Coach Reinhauer, one of the best coaches I've ever got coached by. Like, man, his offense is ran so perfect. Like everything has to be to the T. The details. It's just amazing. And then Coach Garza, one of the greatest coaches that I've ever been around. His defense is amazing. I mean, everyone on our defense is, wow, they're just fast, strong, smart. They know what they're doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're smart. They get on the field. They're not thinking. They already know what's going on. We're prepared for games. Like, we don't go on the field when we're not prepared. Like,
I can remember, this is a long time ago. It was when Coach Ridenauer was still the head coach. And I had a friend at the time who was the coach of the Gladiators in town here. And I guess he did get invited to a practice or something. I don't know. Coach never invites me, but I'm just saying. But my friend, Coach Bramante, did. And I do remember him coming back and telling me, like, that's not a high school practice.
No.
I've been to high school practices here in New Mexico. That's not what the rest of them look like.
No, sir.
So tell me, what was my friend talking about? He said, that's not a high school practice. It doesn't look like the others. It's more. Tell me what he meant.
I mean, Coach Reinhauer, he coached in college, of course, so everyone knows that. But our colleges, I mean, our practices are ran like college practices. So, like, everything has to be to a detail. You got to be focused. You got to be locked in mentally and physically, but more mentally because everyone can do the physicality part, right? You know what I'm saying? But it's all up here. And that's what Coach Reinhauer always, his speeches, he always tells us, it's all up here. You got to be smart. You got to know what you're doing. You got to do your job. And when everyone does their job, it just all comes together. Like, my O-line is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, when they communicate and they work up to the backers and they do what they have to do, unstoppable. Like, I can't even, like, our O-line was good, like, last year, right? But this year, I believe in my O-line. Like, they're going to do the same exact thing. They're going to be one of the best O-lines in the state.
One of the other things he mentioned, D'Lo, was my friend at the time. He mentioned, like, what he really noticed and that he appreciated as a coach, but he thought, like, okay, the other practices he's been to, he said there's not as much downtime at the time, which was a Coach Ridenour team. He's like, there's no down or dead time in between individual periods. He's like, when I've been to other high school practices, there's a lot of downtime. There's a lot of times where teams are just, and then he used some language that I can't use, and just, a lot of, he said, but that's where Coach Ridenour's was close to a college or even a pro practice where everything was so detail oriented and there was just no down or dead time between individual periods. Talk about that.
I mean, yeah, there really isn't no downtime. We're just so focused on getting what we have to get done. Like I said, like, we're trying to go into these games so prepared that when they line up, we already know what they're doing. And, like, when we see the defense and what they're in, we already know what they're doing. And, like, say, like, our quarterback, he's so smart. Like, Michael Dennison, like, one of the best quarterbacks I've been around. And I've been playing football my whole life. And that kid is going to be something special. Like, he's smart. He has an arm, accurate, everything, man. Like, yeah, there's not really any downtime during our practices, though. We're focusing on the details. Like, they'll bring us water or whatever, but, like, there's no downtime. We're so focused and locked in on what we got to get done that it's just a tight time period, and we got to get everything done in that time period.
So let me ask you this: how hard is that of an adjustment? Like are you, like, on the first day? Were you like, all right, so bring me the bottle? Like,
funny you asked that.
Like, that's got to be an adjustment, right?
Yeah, funny you asked that. So I'm not even gonna lie. My first day out there was hectic. Like, weight room was way different, way harder than anything I ever expected. Weight room was way harder. Went out there first day, threw up. I mean, it happens to the best of us. But like I said, the coaches are so bought into me that they wanted me to. We had an off week, right? And they wanted me to go run. They wanted me to go do all this. So I got conditioned with that, like, during that off week with Nanez and Dennison and all of our linebackers. Right. We were running hills, doing all that.
Let me ask you this. Now, I'm going to try to get an answer out of you on this one, okay? But I know your guys over there, so I know you're well prepped too. But who's the first senior that maybe during practice gave you the old, hey, you're not a volcano anymore? Like, when you were tired, or maybe when you thought you couldn't go anymore, or maybe when you needed that first drink, or maybe, right? Who is the first senior leader that's like, come on, you're at Cleveland now. Who's the first one? Do you remember? Do you recall?
I mean, not really, because I wasn't ever, like, doing, like.
No, I'm not saying you were dogging it or anything, right? But there is an adjustment.
Yeah, no, definitely. Michael Dennison's like one of the leaders. He'll tell me, like, if I bend down on my knees or something, get up and don't show weakness or stuff like that. Like, it's just the small stuff. Like, everything matters. If I didn't know that until I got to Cleveland. Like, the small things matter so much more than you think. Like, the details, the way you step. I want to pick
up from there. We got to take a break. I'm glad that's a good segue, because when we come back, I want to talk about those small details and then the culture, because it seems like from the Cleveland guys I've talked to, the culture is such a big piece of that program's success. We'll be right back.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We're back. We're talking with D'Lo Mitchell, the running back of the Cleveland Storm. And we were just before break. We were starting to talk a little bit about. You were starting to talk about just all the details, right? And I thought that was a good segue to, because I've always been interested in these conversations, whether I've had them with Trey Watson or some of the other guys that have been through that program, right?
Yeah.
What are the details that make the difference? What is the culture that makes the difference? Let's start with the details, right? You said a lot of little details make the difference. What are some of those things?
Just like communication, the way you step, the way you see things. Like, I mean, everything happens so fast. So like the details got to be in place for the play to even work.
Mm-hmm.
Like, honestly, the playbook over there at Cleveland, it's hard to learn. Like I'm getting the hang of it. It's hard, but it's so much details that go into that one play. There's so many details in one play that it's just like I can't even tell you the details because I don't even.
Don't worry.
There's so many of them.
I wouldn't understand them anyway. I wouldn't understand them. My details in my brain is give D'Lo the ball, watch D'Lo score. That's the only details I need to know.
That's what I used to think, but until I got there, I had to know. I had to learn how to take a handoff. I had to learn how to take certain steps. I mean, I had to learn how to.
Because those are the things that matter, right? That protect the ball from fumbles, things like that, right?
Yeah, and the biggest thing is that I'm learning right now. The most important thing is pass pro, like protecting my quarterback. So that's one of the biggest things. I got the run plays down now. It's just the pass pro stuff. I want to be able to protect my quarterback as best as possible.
The other piece that always intrigues me is talking about the culture, because I'm a big culture guy. Like I believe in it. I know it doesn't show up in stats or anything like that, and it's hard to measure.
Yeah.
But it's just when a program has it, I think it's real.
Yeah.
Right? So talk about that. Talk about the culture there.
I mean, the culture is great. Like, it's just from the dudes before us. Like, they just left it for us. And, I mean, that's just the standard over there. Like, our culture, we're all together. It's all one big family. Like, it doesn't matter who's playing or who's not. Like, everyone's all together. Everyone's bought in. Like, that's just the difference. Like, the culture over there.
And they all check back in, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's huge. Like, I mean, it's I know they have their big Thanksgiving practice, right? And that's huge.
Yeah.
Usually a bunch of the older guys are around there. And then championship Saturday, like, I don't know how they get away with it, but they give away like 200 sideline passes to all their old players, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's a vibe over there, right?
Yes, sir, it is. And I can't wait to see the old players from Cleveland. I mean, like Jake Maldonado and Moses Sparks. Like, these guys are going to big-time schools. Like, UNM is really good now. Coach Eck, I mean, he's a really good coach now, and everyone wants to play for him. Moses, really good O-lineman. Like, he was a really good O-lineman. Like, I can't even fathom the holes he made. But it's just the culture that those guys gave to us. Like, they're giving us like a leadway on how to like set the standard and how things should be ran and how we should be bought together and how everything should be like no hate, all positivity, just become one big family. Like, the brotherhood is, see, that's like another thing. Like, the brotherhood at Cleveland is so important because that just gives you chemistry on the field with your brothers. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, whenever one of my O-linemen pass off a block, like, I'm so close with that O-lineman, I already know he's going to pass off a block. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? I could go get that. So it's just the chemistry that we've built together and the bond. Like, we hang out so much outside of school, outside of practice. Like, we want to be able to be so close on the field that nothing can break us on the field. Nothing.
The other big thing about that culture is the tradition, right? And I know they lean in heavy on the tradition. Obviously, you know, having a number of undefeated championship seasons,
Yeah.
you know, the perfect storm years, they call them, right? Talk about that a little bit. They do lean into their tradition, don't they?
Yeah, for sure. They definitely lean into the tradition of wanting to win state and wanting to go undefeated. Because who
like
wants,
every team starts with a motto, right?
Yeah.
But like when Cleveland says protect the tradition, I feel like they mean it. Like,
Yeah, they mean it
some
for
teams
sure.
have a motto. I'm like, all right, here we go. But that one, I mean, like it's real, right?
Yeah, no, you'll walk into Cleveland, you'll walk into the gym, like just the football facility, and you'll see protect the program, protect the tradition, just everything. Like everything, you just walk in and you just see it. You're just visualizing it. All the state titles. You're so hungry for that. Like, it's just the standard over there. Like, I keep expressing like the standard. Like, our standard is so high, and our coaches hold us to such a high standard. Like, they don't want us to make no mistakes. Like, well, of course we're gonna make mistakes, but they're gonna help us and they're gonna give us feedback on that. Like, the standard's held so high there that you really can't mess up in the game once it's game time.
Facilities, obviously. I mean, Cleveland does have tremendous advantages over the APS schools. I mean, I don't think that's a fact, right? Whether it's the amount of coaches they have, the salary allocated towards coaches, that district is far superior to APS, right? APS is still stuck paying their assistant coaches peanuts, right?
Yeah.
APS has less assistant coaches. obviously there's more schools too, so then facilities.
Yeah.
The facilities there at Cleveland, I mean, talk about that. They are amazing.
Yeah, no, they're amazing. I mean, they don't really mean anything though. Like we are gonna get the work done no matter what. So the facilities are amazing. Like you walk into the weight room, it's a really nice weight room. You walk downstairs, there's a really nice film room. Everything, the locker room is nice. Everything's nice, but we're not really worried about that. Our main goal is to just win state and just produce D1 college athletes.
Right. Let's backtrack a little bit, right? Like you burst onto the scene as a freshman.
Yeah.
Like it was impressive. So let's go back to that year a little bit. Like it didn't seem like there was much growing pains that first year. Like once you got in there, you were producing. So talk about that.
I played one game in my freshman year. I did do pretty good in that game. And then my sophomore year is whenever I actually started playing. And yeah, I was producing a lot of yards that game. I mean, all my games, I was scoring touchdowns. But I was just like kind of like a role player. I was still standing behind Mason.
Well, that's an important role, scoring touchdowns, right?
Yeah, scoring touchdowns.
I think that the team that scores more points wins.
Yeah, I had more touchdowns than our starting running back over there.
Right.
But it was just like, I was just like that player that had to, boom, get in that end zone, and they needed me to do that, and I could get it done. I could get it done anytime. If I'm on the 1 yard line.
Let me ask you, those first 2 years there, was there a transition period? Was there anything that was tough during those times? Or did everything just a lot of freshmen I talk to, they talk about like, okay, the game was faster than I thought it would be. It was more physical than I thought it would be. But you're kind of a big dude, right?
Yeah.
Even as a freshman and sophomore.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't think the physicality was an issue.
No.
What were the hardest adjustments playing varsity football, especially that young?
Honestly, just taking the hits. Everything came to me so like it was just natural. I mean, my dad always just like since I was a young age, he just wanted me to be the best at everything I did. So it's just a mentality that I have. Like if I step on that field, I'm gonna try and defeat you no matter what I do and how I do it. Like I'm gonna get it done. So yeah, no, the transition wasn't even that hard. It's just the mentality that I have. Like I'm gonna go in there and I know I'm gonna win, and I want to win so bad that like there's no like weakness to like what I have going on. So
now let me ask you this: like you mentioned your sophomore year, where you're starting to really like. It's obvious how good you are and how special you are.
Yeah.
At that point, is it hard for you to still be splitting reps? Or are you just chomping to be out there more? What's that like? Because I know that can be hard on a sophomore too. Like you're a sophomore, you're getting the ball and you score every time you touch it. So you know, like what's that like? Is that hard to not be in there more at that point?
I mean, some points it was hard, but some points like in life it wasn't even a big deal. I mean, like my time's gonna come, and whenever it comes, I'm gonna shine. So it didn't really matter to me. But I did want to start, like everyone wants to start, you know what I'm saying? But I should have started. I wanted to start, but it didn't go how it went, and I made what I had out of what I got and produced yards and scored touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean you're a wrecking ball, a machine. All right, what are some of the hardest we've talked about transitions to varsity. What you talked about the transitions to Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the transitions to new rivals. So you're gonna have some new rivals, right?
Yeah.
Naturally, Volcano's gonna be a rival just because that's where you came from.
Yeah, for sure.
So like that game is probably important if it happens, right?
Yeah.
I haven't. The La Cueva game's always huge. We got that on my 50 week 5, and then there's a crosstown rivalry, of course. That's always real special.
Yeah.
So talk about that's part of the tradition, right? Cleveland gets up for every game, but then there's a couple that are just super fun.
Yeah, I mean, we want to go into the games not taking any team lightly. Like, it doesn't matter who we play. We're going to go in there and we're going to try and dominate you no matter what. Like, that's the standard over there. Like, once again, the standard. Like, we want to dominate. Like, every time we step on the field, it's dominate, dominate, dominate.
Okay, but if you could have only one 50-point win, let's say you got to pick 50 burger, a 50-0 shutout. Would you rather have that? Would you rather lay that 50 burger on Volcano, La Cueva, or Rio Rancho?
Most definitely La Cueva.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
yes,
sure, La Cueva.
That's good for our Week 5 ratings. You heard that, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm just kidding. And those two teams, they're such a standard in the city, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you know, that's who I'm expecting to see on the last Saturday of the season, right?
Yep.
Like, a lot has to happen. Teams have to stay healthy, you know, God willing. And, you know, so, yeah, I mean, there's things that could happen, right? And there's a few other good teams that could derail. But I think football has the job that Cleveland has done and the job that program at La Cueva has done, you can go into most seasons expecting that matchup at the end of the season. So that's important that we have it in week 5. But also, I think both teams know that it's probably not the only matchup, right?
Yeah, no, definitely not. Like, Centennial's a really good team. Like,
and that game's always fun.
Yeah, that game's going to be fun this year. It's our first game, our season opener. We're going to try and go out there and do what we do and try and get a win. But like I said, it doesn't really matter who we play. We're going to get the job done. Like, we just want to win so badly over there. Like, the tradition is just, you protect that tradition, bro. We want to get to state so badly. Like, state is the main goal.
Let me ask you this. I know Coach Garza's not going to be happy that I asked this question at all. But is there any undefeated talk at all around those parts? Or is that something to just kind of one day at a time, keep our head down? Because us goofs in the media, we talk about it, right? Like, unless some injuries happen, I am anticipating an undefeated season, right?
Yeah.
Does that word ever go around there, or are you just so focused on the process?
No, sir. That word never goes around. We focus every practice like it's our last, like day by day, get the details done. I mean, you can't really think in the future when you're at Cleveland. You got to be so mentally focused on that day and what the details are in that day and how the practice is going to be ran and what we're going to do and just certain stuff. Like, we can't be focusing on the future. We're going to take everything day by day, and we're growing. We're getting better day by day. So we'll get there for sure. Like, that's always going to be a thought in our heads, but we're not like we think that we're going to be going undefeated, right? But you never know. Like, we just want to get to state, and the main goal is to win state. It doesn't matter how many losses. We just want to get to state and win.
Yeah, for sure. I think one thing that speaks to the level of that program, and I've been doing this for a while now on Pro V Networks, is like when Cleveland does lose a game, it's like a big deal. Like, people talk about it like, oh my God, the sun didn't come up today, right? Like, it's a shock. That's when you know your program has reached a level that is just in another atmosphere, right?
Yes, sir.
Few programs can claim that kind of, it's I would argue Volcano basketball, right? Like when they lose a game or if they lose a game, it's like, whoa, what just happened?
Yeah.
Did this just happen? I would say Cleveland football is on that. I would say La Cueva baseball is in that realm, right? Like, that's when you know your program is at a high level, when it's just like people are shocked when you don't win.
No, for sure, yeah. I mean, and the thing is, it's so hard to beat Cleveland. Like, you got to play your best game to beat us.
Yeah, so you're on the other side, right?
Yes.
So talk about how frustrating that is, right? Because Volcano has had some good games against Cleveland, right?
Yes, sir.
But in the end, like John and I always talked about it in the air, we're like, we've seen this movie before. We know how it ends.
Yep.
Cleveland's going to win. And that's always what happened, right?
Yeah.
How frustrating is that on the field on the other side?
Honestly, it was just so frustrating playing Cleveland because when you go and play them, it's like they know everything you're going to do before you even do it. So it's honestly so hard to play them, and it's really hard to beat them. Like I said, like when Las Cruces beat us last year, it was by 1 point, and we didn't even have our starting running back.
Right.
So, I mean, that just shows how hard it is to genuinely beat Cleveland. Like, it's not an easy thing to do. Like, other teams are kind of easy to beat or whatever. You can, like, beat them. But you got to play your best game to beat Cleveland, no matter what it is.
And I would even add to that, not only does the team have to play its best, but if you look back at the championship games that they've lost, it's taken a 355-yard rushing performance by DeAndre Williams to beat them one year. It took a phenomenal Cam Dyer performance another year to beat them, right?
Yeah.
So, like, someone has had to have their career day on that Saturday to beat the Storm for sure, right?
Yes, sir. It's like a job, kind of. Like, it's so hard to beat Cleveland. I mean, it's not impossible. But
make it pretty damn close.
They make it pretty damn close. It's damn near
close
impossible.
to impossible.
Like, if you play against them, like I've played against Cleveland, but now I'm on their team. But like whenever I was playing against them, it just felt impossible beating them. Like playing against them was just so hard. They're so physical, so fast. I mean, and that's what we are now. Like, and our team is coming together so good, like, and so well. Like, our coaching is so good. Like, I can't even fathom how good our coaching is. Like, the team is just coming together so well. Like, we've been growing so much. I mean, our quarterback, like I said, Michael Dennison, he's gonna be special. Like, I didn't know that kid was that good until I got there, and I seen him. I was so shocked, like how good he was.
Right.
And then,
all right. I don't know how much time we have left, Jay, but we got to get a top 5 in there. So we got 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Top 5 things we don't know about you. Number 5.
Number 1, I like
5. Start backwards.
5.
Go to the most impressive.
Okay. 5. I like to eat a lot of food. It might not seem like I like to eat a lot of food. Four.
Okay, what does that mean? Like you just like to eat a lot of food?
Yeah, I like to eat a lot of food.
Okay, like what's your go-to?
Whatever my mom cooks. I don't
good
really
answer.
eat out like that. My mom is a really good cook, so
Okay.
I really like my mom's cooking.
Alright.
And then number 4 is probably I like to go shopping a lot, like for clothes and stuff.
Okay.
And then 3,
So what's your spot?
I'll go to the mall, or I go to like Ross, because Ross has like really good clothes, I guess. I mean, for cheap deals.
When
But-
I used to wear a tie, no one wears ties anymore now. It's just silly, right?
Yeah.
That's the one thing I loved about COVID, that once the coaches stopped wearing the ties, I'm like, oh no, they're not wearing them, then broadcasters don't have to either. So I think that's the greatest thing. But Ross used to be the place for ties. All right, number 3. What's the number 3 thing we don't know about D'Lo?
Number 3 thing is, you don't know about me, I like to go fishing with my father. I probably already said that, but people
Okay,
don't really
no,
know
you
that.
didn't. Fishing. Where do you like to go?
I go to East Letta. We'll go to some ditches. Me and my dad travel to Colorado to go fishing.
Okay.
I mean, we do a lot of fishing, and then
New Mexico's a good spot for that, right? Plus neighboring
yeah.
states. I mean, you're right near Colorado, but
Yeah.
like there's some good spots in New Mexico.
there's some really good spots.
Dulce.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Number 2, what people don't know about me, I work out a lot, like a lot. Like I do a lot of training, a lot of working out.
I think we could have guessed.
That's probably like it's day.
Okay, when you look like you do as a freshman and as a sophomore, that doesn't happen by accident.
Yeah.
That doesn't just happen because mama's a great cook. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we could have guessed you're putting in work in the gym, right?
Yeah.
How many hours do you think a day?
I mean, so I got practice in the morning, and then depending how our schedule is, if we have a 2-a-day or whatever, I'll go to that practice, and then I'll have training with Transcend. That's really what helped me with my speed. Another thing people don't know about me is probably that Transcend helped me get to where I am now. Like they really developed my speed, and I'm thankful for them. Like I'm way faster now.
So okay, the gym part, like what does the week look like for you?
It's different every time.
Okay.
I'm really just depends on the schedule, honestly. Like sometimes I can't go to the gym.
Off-season workouts are different than in-season workouts too, right? I've heard for football guys, sometimes, maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the conditioning lightens up during football season, and like the contact lightens up because you don't want players getting hurt and stuff like that.
What's the number one thing we don't know about you?
Let's see. I have 2 middle names,
Okay, what are they?
Charles and Aaron.
So I can go full D'Angelo, Charles, Aaron Mitchell during the season on a touchdown?
Yes,
Do I have
sir.
your permission?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna Charles Aaron. All right, I'm gonna write that down as soon as you leave,
Yes, sir.
so I don't forget. All right, cool. That was a good one. All right, what do we have left? All right, 30 seconds. So we'll obviously you went to Cleveland for a reason, right?
Yes.
And that was to get noticed and to go to college. What's the dream college?
Honestly, there really is no dream college at this point. I would like to play for Coach Eck and probably play in state, but it doesn't matter. Whoever offers me, I'm going to go play, and I'm going to go be a dog, and I'm going to try and go out there and take whoever's spot is in front of me, and I'm going to try and do my best to my ability to make that team win. So
You might have to follow Coach Eck somewhere else. He might not be at UNM by the time you graduate if he has another winning season. All right, man, stay healthy.
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
for coming in. Thank you for watching, everybody, and good night.